touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
You should know where to go. The SON.
It will no longer be business as usual for merchants of substandard solar products in the country. This is because the Standards Organization of Nigeria has put in place a state-of-the-art facility to establish the quality of these products in Nigeria. We will bring you details of the official launch of the Stand-Alone Solar Product Test Laboratory in Ogba, Lagos. You're watching Standard and You, your guide to product quality and safety. My name is Halimot Osifo. I'll be back shortly.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
These are substandard products. They are dangerous to human lives and have negative effects on the nation's economy. We work round the clock in search of these products, and wherever we find them, we destroy them. We are committed to the war against substandard and fake products. We are the Standards Organization of Nigeria. Join us on Standard and You, your guide to product quality and safety.
We begin by telling you the Standards Organization of Nigeria has commenced training for the newly inaugurated members of the Impartiality Committee of the National Register for Conformity Assessment Practitioners, NRCAP, in Abuja. This is to boost capacity of the Impartiality Committee of the NRCAP, which was earlier set up to provide recommendations to the SON on verification of evaluated data of clients seeking conformity assessment registration and to protect the integrity and transparency of the registration process. Director General of the SON, Malam Farouk Selim, who was represented by Chief of Staff Professor Kunle Olobayo, commended members of the committee for their patriotism to Nigeria by contributing to the operational efficiency of the national equality infrastructure to ensure proper implementation and monitoring of the structure for conformity assessment practitioners in Nigeria. He added that the training will expose members to ethics and code of conduct of the scheme and provide a platform for an electoral process by which a chairman will emerge to oversee the committee's activities in achieving its terms of reference. Members of the Impartiality Committee comprise representatives of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, MAN, Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Mines and Agriculture, NASIMA. Thanks for joining us on the program. We are poised to clean up the solar products markets in Nigeria and create a conducive environment for businesses to thrive in that sector. Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria gave this assurance at the official launch of Solar Products Test Laboratory in Lagos. Standard and You captured the historic moment.
There was no pathway. Nobody had done it before. The issue of standard was a challenge. There were several products all over the whole place, and you just could not ascertain which technology you should use, or you should sell, or you should deploy, or customers should patronize. And then we faced a lot of hindrance from people who were already in the system, can I say entrenched interest in the system, that were taking advantage of the system. And they were painting solar a very bad name. So most people will say solar doesn't work, right? And it's because of the standard that we met on ground. So it was really very tough. You're trying to convince a rural customer to change from kerosene lantern to solar lamp, and they will tell you, oh no, this does not work. The one I had before did not last for more than 1 week. In fact, rechargeable products were also the dominant product we had at that time. So the one you can charge with electricity or so. So solar was a big deal to sell. That's where we came from.
It's an alternative source of power supply. Solar energy is not new to many in the country. Solar energy products are convenient, affordable, and easy to use. However, it's been observed that not many people make use of solar products. For a lot of people, they are substandard, a development that has eroded consumers' confidence on the many solar devices.
I have a friend that they said, I think the cost of just one small shop that's not up to 10 by 10, he placed the solar there. At the end of the day, he said he ended up spending about 300,000 to fix everything. It didn't work. The money he has spent, wasted. The batteries and everything, the battery occupies space, everything wasted.
We have fake. And if we're talking about fake, what I mean about the fake is it will not last. You might get a solar within 1 month or 2 weeks, just see it not bringing or supplying, or the battery is not that effective anymore.
Okay, the one I can say that I feel like they look substandard are the street lights. Me and a junior brother of mine still complained about it this morning. And we're like, maybe the way they do the battery or so before makes it more stronger, but these days it go weaker quickly.
Worried by this development, the Standards Organization of Nigeria, working with African Clean Energy Program and the International Finance Corporation, came up with a standalone solar products test laboratory.
It was a period that these solar home systems never had standards, and we didn't have opportunity to test them. Most times in the lab, what we were doing was to do physical examination. We look at whether it will light, no light, and all of that. But this time we take the test to all the pieces. We kind of do a destructive test on them. We open them up, pick the batteries, the one that have internal batteries, dismantle the solar system into components, and then we carry out all the tests. And because we do that, because we have a complete standard, and with the support that we have had from IFC, we can do all the parameters that the standard specify.
We declare it open for use by Nigerians and for the development of standardization in the country and in Africa. We do hereby open.
It's the first of its kind in West Africa, and it's fully equipped with state-of-the-art machines, as explained by the DG's representative at the event, Engineer Felix Nyado.
Collaborative efforts and assistance such as this being launched and handed over to Standards Organization of Nigeria today are germane to promoting global equilibrium in societal growth and development, especially in ensuring easy access to quality products and services, particularly for developing economies like ours. With the commissioning of this project at this laboratory today and other existing sun laboratories that serve the public interest, notable intractable challenges in the renewable energy sector will continue to be abated. I'm aware of the global expectation on national standards bodies and the urgency for implementation and enforcement of the standards. No stone will be left unturned to ensure international best practice in this sector. In order for the reports from this lab to have global acceptance and recognition, the last schedule of the agreement with the International Finance Corporation that concerns accreditation of the laboratory need to be pursued with rigor. The SUN, on our part, will continue to engage stakeholders in the sector, assemblers and manufacturers, importers of these products for concerted synergies in order to sanitize the sector and to allow all time available of only quality products that meet with the requirement of the standards in the market. I am convinced that the diligent implementation of the standard and quality verification by the new laboratory will drastically reduce mitigate unwholesome business practices in the renewable energy sector.
The laboratory was established to support the development of off-grid market solutions to deliver quality, clean, safe, reliable, and affordable solar energy products. The idea is to check the influx of substandard solar products.
We have gotten it right. It was a painstaking peer review and review and review. In fact, back and forth review over 4 times. And at the end of the day, we saw it. I will say that it has attained over 90%, certainty. Now, you can see this one, the solar home system. The quality, we are now looking at the quality assurance because it's not beyond the standards. You are now going to have enforcement. We're using the solar home system, and this is where, like I said earlier, there's more access to this renewable energy aspect. Remember there are different levels of technology, but SMS solar home system is very critical. We have the capacity to get 90% of Nigeria's rural household that hasn't gotten any electricity. Solar home system is very accessible. We don't need to go off-grid and on-grid, they are okay, but we're saying in the immediate and medium term for Nigeria, in the next 4 years, we need to have solar home system in at least 80% of Nigerian rural areas. And that's what we have done now.
What it means, therefore, is that Nigerians can make use of the laboratory to determine the quality of solar products.
We must move away from prototype to upscaling. That's why let's go to the 6 geopolitical zones. And there are private sector that already had laboratories. Like I mentioned, S-Team in Asheshe Road is here. Most of these equipments are there too. So what you need is just to bring them in the loop. So it becomes, in terms of economies of scale, is the sun that will benefit. There's one that is up north in the Blue Camel. This young man, even Oze Solar has, but what you need to just to encourage them, let's socialize this, bring it to end users. Socialization means taking this to the end user, not here. So that let's have that danger of turning into becoming a white elephant, project. But so far so good. What is on hand? Of course, you saw the implementation framework now, the paper that African Clean Energy gave to them. So that is their sustainability profile. Beyond this how to go about enforcement and all that is, but we need the alliance. We need the National Institute of Energy Engineers. All the stakeholders must come together to drive from this point where it is to the market.
What the organization has done now is that there are labs in all the regional offices. Now, what is being done is to ensure that the regional offices we are going to be bringing them here to carry out, to train them, so that they can at first hand look at what they have, what they see in the market, then take the first-hand examination of them, inspect them, and then send them to the lab. And with time, these labs will be replicated in the regions too.
The facility is equipped to carry out the following tests: solar module power output, photometrics luminous flow battery test, solar charge test for durability and safety tests, among others. Some of the benefits of the new laboratory include, but not limited to, the following: increased confidence on standard, simplified regulations and import requirements.
It's going to be very fast to test locally. You don't have to wait for 8 months to almost 1 year or thereafter to test your product, because there are already Nigerians who are assembling products, panels, inverters. So it's easy, just bring it here. Once it's tested and you have a test certificate, then we admit you into the ecosystem, right? Okay, so that's the way forward, to ensure that local producers also bring for testing. We also expect that SON will do a lot of surveillance and monitoring. I'm happy in a plan that was already launched. One of the challenges we have is that there are laws banning some of those substandard products, but monitoring is a challenge. You still find them in town. You wonder. Okay, so now with this plan, SON can stop anyone at any time. Can I see your certification? They can go into the market and find whoever is doing anything. I'm sure their plan has it laid out already, how they're going to do that. So we're expecting that batch products, substandard products will begin to leave Nigerian markets for the very good products, because at the end of the day, creating energy access, imagine a rural customer who has saved some money to buy a solar lamp, and then 2 months after it's not working. I mean, it can be very painful. The customer has lost money. The market is being destroyed because that customer will tell like 25 or 30 people that solar does not work, or don't buy it, or, you know. So we're seeing a lot of traction that will happen in this sector now. We're excited as a industry association, project developers, that this is happening in Nigeria in our own lifetime.
The beauty of the new laboratory is that those who will operate the machines at the lab have been adequately trained, as explained by the Director Laboratory Services of the SON.
I want to heartily congratulate and welcome the coordinators of the African Clean Energy ACE program for nurturing this collaboration to a fruitful end as we are witnessing today. The dangerous menace of climate change is indeed worrisome, and the African continent is usually at the receiving end. We know the reasons, which further underscores the significance of today's program. Establishment of this lab will certainly curtail the influence of substandard solar-based products, as they will be subjected to tests to determine their quality status before acceptance. Otherwise, this nation, again, will have another avenue for turning this nation to a dumping ground.
A market surveillance plan was also introduced to the public and presented to the DG of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Malam Farouk Salim.
A market surveillance unit in SON, but developing this purposely for your sector is a unique idea that we treasure. What we want to assure you is everything that has been stated or proposed in this surveillance document, we can assure you that we'll implement it to the letter. For those of you who are into businesses here, we use this opportunity to call you again and say, when we send you invitation to participate in international standardization, please join us, for that is where your key to success lies. It cuts off your research and development costs. It cuts off your vision into what is more strategic in coming. And before you know, it makes you more competitive because you will arrive there before your competitors. And so, please, we use this opportunity to call, because most of you who are here are actually those we need in this sector.
There were goodwill messages from guests at the event.
So effective implementation will require huge effort by stakeholders. I'm sure we're all committed to that. Government, solar companies, donors, and consumers. And I call on everyone to collaborate, cooperate to ensure with the Standards Organization in Nigeria, we're ensuring quality is maintained for standalone solar products, a goal which the Quality Test Lab will contribute significantly towards achieving. And there's one final point, and recognizing this falls outside now with the decision-making process of DGSON, but I think it's an important opportunity to also stress that there's an opportunity to revisit the duty that's currently levied on the imports of standalone solar home systems for domestic use. We've produced a study which we're happy to disseminate, which shows that over time, the revenue that will be gained by the Federal Revenue Service far outstrips the revenue that's currently taken as those at source as the systems are imported. And of course, the key point is that those systems are then there providing energy access to people currently in parts of Nigeria where they have none. And I think coupled with that, we're also very, very excited by the possibilities as yet, that mobile money might provide in terms of allowing those solar home systems to actually be set up in parts of Nigeria where currently energy access is just so difficult and payment is still so difficult. So I think we have a virtuous circle of effort here, underpinned by what's happening here with the lab, with the efforts of SON. I'd just like to commend them.
The solar testing laboratory has been established to play a key role to improve the quality of off-grid solar energy products and support the development of Nigeria's off-grid solar market. It is important to point out that the Standards Organization of Nigeria has worked with a number of IFC renewable energy programs, as well as other relevant technical experts in Nigeria, to adopt the current national off-grid solar energy standards, which are harmonized with the International Electrotechnical Commission standards. Through the Africa Clean Energy Program, the installation of the equipment for the solar testing laboratory and the training of technicians at Standard Organization of Nigeria was concluded in October 2021. The lab is fitted with equipment to provide market check tests, which will support the growth of the market for quality off-grid solar systems in the country. This is in line with the adopted national standards and the vision of the country to provide affordable, quality energy access to its people. It is expected that the availability of this lab, in conjunction with the national standards, will increase the market share of high-quality off-grid solar products in the country and ensure consumers access sustainable and affordable energy services. IFC and the World Bank Group are delighted to be part of this national milestone and wish the government and the people of Nigeria all the best in their progress towards universal energy access.
Already, plans are on to replicate the facility in the 6 geopolitical zones of the country by the SON for effective monitoring of solar products.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
Our country right now is threatened by substandard goods, resulting into industries not surviving in this country. We cannot continue to have individuals physically destroying our economy. That's economic sabotage, and we are not going to tolerate that.
Join us on Standard on You, your guide to product quality and safety.
Inferior, low quality, unacceptable, damaged, dangerous, inadequate. These words are used to describe substandard products, whether it's a bad tire, expired LPG cylinder, inefficient light bulb, or adulterated lubricants. Substandard products pose great threats to not just public health and safety, consumer satisfaction, but also the economy. Truly, nobody wants to do business without making profits, but who wants to buy a worthless product? Just as manufacturers and importers have the ultimate goal of profit maximization, consumers want to get value for their money. As a manufacturer or an importer, it's simply unfair when you give little or no preference to product quality. Greed should not overtake your responsibility of satisfying consumer needs. For you, the consumer, it's important you insist on quality. Remember, there will be no business without you. However, the concern is, how do we read our markets of substandard products? How do we ensure Nigeria is not a dumping ground for fake goods? How do we ensure consumers get only the best? No doubt Standards Organization of Nigeria has the responsibility of regulating the quality of products imported into the country and manufactured in Nigeria. But we cannot do it alone. Beyond the standards development, sensitization programs, market surveillance, enforcement, and other efforts, we need you to support us by playing your role in the fight against substandard and fake goods in Nigeria. Mind you, we have a mandate established by the law, SON Act No. 14/2015, which provides powers to prosecute and jail purveyors of fake and substandard products across the country. Not just that, SON has powers to seize, destroy substandard products and also seal off premises where such defective products are manufactured, stored, or sold. You are advised to say no to substandard products, as the SON now has stiffer penalty for offenders. Now to 5 standard tips on buying right. Avoid roadside sellers. Go to reputable stores where you can get genuine products. Check for ManCap logo on Made in Nigeria goods, SunCap on imported products to certify approval by Standards Organization of Nigeria. Read labeling information such as manufacturer's address, expiry date, instructions, warnings, and more for traceability and guidance. Demand for and insist on collecting a receipt as proof of purchase before leaving the point of purchase. Complain to the seller when dissatisfied with product quality. If not attended to, seek redress with regulatory agencies like the Standards Organization of Nigeria, because it's your right. There you have it, 5 standard tips on buying right. And that concludes this week's episode of your favorite public sensitization program, Standard and You. Do you have a question, complaint, or suggestion? You can send in your messages with your full name and location to the number 0705-972-4455. Catch up with missed episodes online at youtube.com/standard and you. Don't just view. Hit the subscribe button. It's free. As always, buy original, sell authentic, and use only the best. Enjoy the rest of the week.
Why you dey buy fake product, Make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.